around and you stumble in the dark. You kept pushing on, but then you went too far. When your ship has sailed and all your dreams are lost, everything is wrong, you feel like it's your fault. Just remember, I will be there for you, baby. Remember, there's nothing out there to get you, don't forget it. When life feels lemons, just call on me. Just call on me. Just call on me. Just call on me. You're stronger now than you ever been. You gotta leave now, it's time to catch the wind. You will climb up high and look through the clouds. And when you're feeling low, I know you'll bounce back. Oh, and just remember, I will be there for you, baby. Remember, there's nothing out there to get you, don't forget it. When life throws lemons, just call on me. Just call on me. Just call on me. Just call on me.
And welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the eSports Broadcasting Network's coverage of the All-American Racing League's Truckers Feed America Cup Series, brought to you by Top Sail Trucking. Tonight is round number 2 of the playoffs. After a riveting wild-card race at Talladega, we head to Atlanta Motor Speedway. Get set for flag-to-flag coverage of the GTech Cleaning Solutions 200. I'm Cliff in the booth, and as always, aside the great Damon Lester. Damon, how are you tonight?
Man, I'm doing great. Looking forward to some spread out racing in Atlanta. They'll be racing pretty tight for a few laps, and as those tires start to wear out and the car's handling changes, it's going to be a good race. I love watching races at Atlanta. Of course, it's not the new Atlanta. We're back at the old Atlanta still, but it's still going to be an exciting race tonight.
That could very well be a farewell to this racetrack, as this league may not ever come back to this configuration again. Complete repave and a rescan of the iRacing folks, and they'll get that one out to us. But tonight we're going to run on this old ripped up pavement track. Let's run through our starting lineup tonight. David Harris going to take the pole, with David Lorfano going to sit outside of him to complete row number 1. Those two have been big names throughout the season and always get their cars up front. That's why they're up in the top of the points here in the top 12 tonight, eligible for the championship. So Patrick McQuaid's going to take inside row number 2. We all know that name. Johnny May sitting outside of him, starting 4th. Peter Terrio's going to start 5th, with Adam Engerstein starting 6th on the outside of him. Kyle Martin's going to start 7th with Jeremy Flanagan Zorku starting 8th. Larry Garn's going to start 9th, and Tyrone Yo Jr. is going to start 10th on the outside.
Yep, Scott Leonard in the 14 will start 11th. Robbie Fletcher in the 71 starts 12th tonight. Charles Dickey in the 37 will start 13th. One of our playoff drivers, Cameron Harris, he's always been fast a lot this season. He will start 14th. Nathan Christensen will start 15th, and Travis Rodriguez will roll off 16th.
Speaking of, Cameron Harris winning the last race at Talladega and sits atop the leaderboard here. We'll go ahead and pull those point standings up. As you see, Cameron Harris took over that lead over Patrick McQuaid. They are tied for points in first, but he is got whether they go by more laps led or more wins. Well, it can't be more wins because Patrick McQuaid's got more wins than Cameron Harris, but he does sit on top, technically tied in points. But here they roll off. They'll take their form-up lap here at Atlanta Motor Speedway, and we will get underway for the GTech Cleaning Solutions 200 in just a moment.
Yeah, this track's going to lend itself to a lot of good stuff, a lot of good racing. There's at least 3 or 4 lanes. So we're looking forward to it as they're rolling down the backstretch.
Yeah, this is going to be an action-packed race tonight. Do not leave. Do not go away. Be sure to check us out for flag-to-flag coverage here. We'll talk to our top 3 drivers in the booth once we're all finished up here, and we're about to have some fun, so stay tuned, ladies and gentlemen. Thanks for watching. Give us a like if you enjoy the show. If you haven't subscribed already, I don't know what you're waiting for, as we've had a great season so far. Only a handful of races left as we're in our playoffs, 2 rounds in. Green flag is in the air, and the flagman is ready to wave it.
Yeah, it's a rolling off turn 4. The 2 Davids on the front row. And we're off. The green flag is out. David Orfano gets out to a pretty good jump as he is running that high line, which is the preferable line here at Atlanta.
Al Orfano looking up on the high line. Right behind him, he's got 4 cars. Harry, McQuaid, Terrio, and Martin looking at the bottom line as they come down the backstretch here for round number 1, or lap number 1 around this bad boy. They're getting a little stacked up 2 by 2, just a bit behind them.
3 wide for 3rd place.
Patrick McQuaid way on the outside of that one. Looks to settle in and just find his way around, and jumps in behind Kyle Martin. Peter Terry up there in the top 3. So far, David Lorfano is leading it in the 8 machine here. We got 2 down. These guys are going to go 134 laps around Atlanta Motor Speedway. The GTech Cleaning 200s. GTech high-powered cleaner and degreaser is an evolutionary cleaning formula approved by the EPA for their Safer Choice program that is suitable for the toughest industrial environments, yet safe enough for day-to-day applications. It's a non-flammable, non-corrosive, non-toxic, and environmentally friendly, which means it's got no phosphates, NPE, caustics, acids, or petroleum solvents. Check out GTech Cleaning Solutions today.
Don't look now, but one of our fast cars from Kentucky, he's already made his way up to 2nd place, and he is looking for that lead. It's Peter Terrio. Of course, as soon as I say that, David Harrell looks to the inside of Peter Terrio.
These drivers up front here are wasting no time getting racy here already in less than 5 laps in. You can tell that they are in playoff mode. These guys are fighting to all stay up top of the points before the cutoff. And for the folks at home watching, you can see the bright green spoilers and special banners that they wear tonight. David Lorfano leads us here, lap number 4, but he has got a swarm behind him, and they are ready to chop him down. David Harrah grabs 3rd place here. Kyle Martin 4th, and Patrick McQuaid going to round out our top 5. McQuaid quickest lap that time by 31.24. But then Cameron Harris deep down in the field in 11th is going to run the fastest lap of the race so far with a 31.03. He is coming. Oh, behind him, someone in the wall. Robbie Fletcher here in the 71. Getting a little bit of loose there.
Yeah, I'm sure that's not the first time we'll see somebody graze the wall like Robbie did there. So looks like he's going to pull it back together and keep her going. And here goes Peter Terrio looking for the lead on David Lorfano. There's action everywhere.
Terrio's going to sniff on the outside line, which he can definitely run here. I'm weary now. We're about 6 laps in. These tires are going to start to fall off quickly, as this Atlanta surface is very abrasive. And tires, saving those tires is almost non-existent here. But they'll try to go about 40 to 45 laps, I'd say, on a fuel tank here. But the way they're fighting up front, I'd say it's shorter on that end.
Yeah, absolutely. These guys are trying to get the positions while they've got the goodie on their tires. So, so Adam Angerstein gets really loose, and he'll nose into the wall coming off of turn 2.
Oh, 9 is sideways on the track here. Caution's going to come out just as Peter Terrio was actually taking the lead there. Adam Angerstein's going to wait for the field to get by to start rolling. Let's go ahead and take a look and see what happened there.
I just caught a glimpse of it. It looks like Adam Angerstein had gotten down on the apron of the track and was trying to get back up on the racing surface, and the car broke loose on him, and he nosed it into the wall coming off 2. And yeah, just typical Atlanta stuff there.
Yeah, absolutely. Just caught the bottom of the track there and came up and hit the nose. And, you know, just about everybody got by there pretty safely, which is great to see. You don't want anybody to have trouble like that up here in a playoff race. So great heads-up driving by the rest of the field to get by that one. We'll be under caution here, lap 8. That Adam Angerstein machine now back in 15th. Take a look at his car there. Good amount of damage here. They do have one fast repair for this race. And for every race throughout the season, I would assume now's the time for that 9 to take it. That was a pretty hard lick in the outside wall with the nose. I'm sure that that's going to do a bit of damage. We'll see what he decides to do here.
Yeah, it looks like we've got a couple of cars coming down pit road. Kyle Martin in the 99, he brought it down pit road. Of course, Adam Angerstein's coming down. Tyrone Yo has it on pit road. Looks like he's been into the outside wall and grazed that. I think he's just trying to get some, don't think he'll take a fast repair, but trying to get some optionals fixed there. I do see Robbie Fletcher sitting on pit road as well in that number 71 Wrangler. So several guys sort of sitting on pit road right now, trying to get some damage done early. These laps under under caution. It'll take quite a bit of time, so they should have plenty of time to get some damage fixed without using that fast repair.
Yeah, for sure. They're gonna get it all fixed up. They'll jump back on into this race, tail into the field. If they time it right, they won't even go a lap down. Hope for the best there. But Peter Terrio, we didn't quite get to mention him when he took the lead, as we had a little bit of wreck there on the track. So Peter Terrio, that 26 machine, is going to take the lead here. Him and David Lorfano will take us back to the restart, as they'll control the front line. David Harra, Patrick McQuaid are going to be right behind them. All these names pretty big here, and just about we've got 15 drivers in the field tonight. 12 of them are in the playoffs, so keep an eye out for those green banners. Those are the guys who are eligible for a championship and fighting harder than probably most of the other few guys there that are not fighting for a championship. But you got to watch out for those, as they are just going for wins.
Yeah, the only one that is in the playoffs that doesn't have that looks like David Lorfano, but he's driving his old trusty Lucky Dog detail and paint scheme. So. But yeah, it's very, very similar to a NASCAR race. All your playoff drivers right now, you're going to find them really close to the top 10. So at least your first 5 drivers are all in the playoffs right now.
Yeah, absolutely. These guys don't have much of a chance but to run as hard as they can with just about everybody here fighting for a spot. They are, you can't just hang back here at this race tonight. You're going to have to fight as hard as you can, because everybody else is.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. And these guys are already putting on a show, so this is going to bunch them back up. Of course, none of our front runners came in the pits. It's way too early to be taken and wasting a set of tires. So
Yeah, as bad as you probably would love to grab them, you just can't yet. We got to go a little
no.
bit further. Well, here we go. Pace lights are off. We'll come down the back stretch here one last time, and they will be ready to roll. Pace car will jump off as he comes out of 4. Leave it to David Lorfano and Peter Terrio. Looks like Terrio's going to choose the inside line here in that 26 Apex machine. Rebellion graphics on the car there today.
Yeah, he's done a really great job taking over for Chad Snyder, who was driving that car earlier in the season. And when Chad got hurt and wasn't able to finish the season, so they put Peter in that ride, and he has done a heck of a job. And really, hopefully, he got a win at him before this season's over.
Absolutely. Pace car will dive off, and we will be back under green here for the GTech Cleaning Solutions 200. Round 2 of the playoffs here. The Top Sale Trucker Speed America Cup Series. Dario and Lorfano are going to battle it out side by side, door to door, around turns 2 and coming down the back stretch. It's just about a drag race for first, but the 26 of Peter Terrio will get a little bit of advantage getting into 3. Coming out of 4, he will have that lead. He will lead this lap.
Yeah, absolutely. He's starting to pull away a little bit, but David Lofano is not letting him get away. The draft will come into play early in a run here at Atlanta, but not much after that because you're going to be holding on. As there goes, a couple of cars getting loose off turn 2 coming down the back stretch. It looked like the 69 of Johnny May and the 37 of Charlie Dickey, I believe. So those guys have straightened the cars back up, and they're back up under speed here.
Yeah, both of these guys kept it rolling, and we caught one of them get bad loose, and I think that was the 69 there, Johnny May. We caught him on camera, and really great job for the save so far. That's going to be the save of the race. Didn't quite see Charlie Dickey's though. But that's just telling you how loose it's getting off 2 and 4. Couple of guys running right around the top there. It's the 8 and the 77. 8 dives down, but the 77 gets a big run. Almost took the position there, but jumps back in behind the 8. 15 is going to get by as well. Big run there from David Hara.
And that's the crazy thing about Atlanta. Even when you're coming off turn 4, you're not really straight until you're about a third of the way down the front straightaway because of the way this track is angled. So it's really easy to break loose off of especially turn 4 because you're really holding that wheel sort of similar to Kentucky almost, but you've got to keep it at an angle there, and it really will break loose on you if you're not careful. But these guys are doing a great job so far, and they're side by side for third.
Yeah, they nearly touched there for third place. Hara and McQuaid fighting hard for that third, fourth position. Patrick wants it. David Hara has it. He's going to hold on. He's got Jeremy Flanagan in that 11 machine right behind him to round out the top 5. Big run from Zorku here. He's up there in the points and wants to stay there. I think he's coming in 3rd or 4th. And a good run from him tonight will help seal his deal in a couple races here when we get the cutoff.
And Kyle Martin spins off of 2 and into the inside wall.
That's going to draw the caution here at lap 17. We saw him at the tail end there. Let's get a better look and see just what happened here to the 99 of Kyle Martin. Got the faded TV on the car tonight. See what we can find here.
It's like it just snapped loose on him, I believe, Cliff.
Yeah, he's sucking up to the back of the 14 there, and you're right, it just snaps loose. He catches the outside wall. That's going to send him back into the infield. Another, wreck that didn't take out half the field. There's heads up racing there. Everyone has got their glasses on tonight, can see the wrecks happening and able to take some evasive action here to not get involved with them. Unfortunately here for the 99 machine, got some substantial damage. Kyle Martin's going to take it down pit road and get that fixed up. Meanwhile, Patrick McQuaid as well coming down. A couple of these other guys, Kyle Martin, Johnny May, Tyrone Yo Jr. in again. Nathan Christensen and Robbie Fletcher as well coming down pit road. It's going to leave Peter Terrio out there in first. David Lorfano second. David Harrah is going to round out the top three. As Zorku fans look now, Jeremy Flanagan moves up one spot to fourth. So hanging on here. Fourth place, Scott Leonard moves up into the top five and will currently be our biggest mover of the race. Jumping to fifth, 6 spots up from where he started. Tied right now with Cameron Harris, who's up 6 spots as well, back in 8th. I expect to see this 27 machine in the top 5 before the night is out. We'll see how that goes as we come around. We'll go lap 20 next time by. Still single file. We're going to jump side by side, and we will be right back, folks. Don't go away.
Drivers that took time, all of them within 3.5 tenths of each other tonight is going to be a very closely competitive race.
As the field works its way out of the 3-4 complex, the only thing that's left to say is wipe the visor, adjust the 5-point safety harness, because race fans, it's showtime!
Amazing looking cars already. Green flag will fly.
Well, oh, they're wrecking! Well, one thing that you're going to see at this track that we haven't seen the last few weeks is a surface that's multi-group. I think this is the first multi-group surface we're going to have.
After an amazing race at Daytona, we now come to the Left Coast and Auto Club Speedway in Fontana, California for the second round of the Way She Goes Racing League Cup Series.
Our pace car lights are off. Drivers are stacked up 2 by 2. We'll get back to green flag action here at Atlanta Motor Speedway for the GTech Cleaning Solutions 200. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, as we come down the backstretch. Tighten those belts up one more time. Grab a drink. We'll be back underway here. Peter Terrio, David Lorfano going to take us to it once again.
Yeah, I'm sort of wondering about these guys who stopped, early in this race with Patrick McQuaid and the others. That's going to put them, these other guys are going to have at least a fresh set just a little bit later in the race. So we'll have to see how that all works out for these guys, but we're coming. Pace car is off. Peter Terrio will bring us back to green. Great restart by the 26 as he gets a great jump there. David Lofano falling into second, David Harrah in third. As we head down into turn 1.
Absolutely, everybody gets going pretty cleanly there. Front runners here, top 5 or 6 are single file as everybody else behind them doubled up here and there. Everyone gets a great start. Patrick McQuaid, as you were talking about back here, marred back to 11th. Gonna have some work to do as Peter Terrio continues to lead. We'll have 23 laps down. Morfano is running second. David Hara rounds out the top three as everyone starts to get fanned out here just a little bit. Jeremy Flanagan fourth, and Adam Angerstein will be our top five. A little bit of a gap behind Adam Angerstein, just under a second to the 27 machine of Cameron Harris, who's continuing to work his way up through the field. Let's see if he can make it up to where he is and likes to be, up there in the lead. We talked to him last week as he won Talladega. Stay tuned. We'll see if we get word from him. See if he can make his way to a podium finish. Terrio continues to lead. Lorfano, though, starting to... Oh, Johnny May having trouble on the racetrack. Caution will fly once again. Let's take a look here. The 69 machine trying to get rolling.
Like he took a pretty good hit.
Yeah, he was already loose here, and the 99 tagged him and helped him, but he was already getting loose there. Not much he could have done. Let's try to get a different angle here.
Oh, yeah, he got into the wall coming out of the tri-oval. And the 99 really didn't have anywhere to go.
Yeah, we're going to back it up quite a bit here as he comes across the line. He's already getting in trouble. Hits the wall there pretty good coming out of the quad oval there. And then just had to lift out of that big time as he slides down the track there. Everybody gets by yet again.
Yeah, he was already gone when Kyle Martin clipped him. He was already on his way around. So unfortunate for those guys, though. He saved it that one time. I guess he, as old DW used to say, he's already withdrew from the bank a little too early in this race.
So a couple of cars sitting on pit road continuing to get repairs done. Kyle Martin here. Jeremy Flanagan pulling off now. And, of course, Johnny May sitting there now in that 69 machine. We'll see how long he's got to sit there. That's the second time he's been into some trouble, so I'm assuming he's already used that fast repair. But time will tell as he's been there about 1 minute 45 seconds so far. So, yeah, he's going to get that damage fixed up. He'll come back out here. Let's take a look and see if any of our 14 drivers still on the lead lap here. Johnny May will be in the pits right now.
I guess that is one benefit to Patrick McQuaid stopping when he did, is we don't have as big a field as we've had. So, you know, it's not putting him that far back in the pack. He restarted 11th. He's already back up to... he's up to 9th now, so, you know, it may pay off for him, but I'm just curious to how that's going to affect him in the long run here at Atlanta.
Well, we got a long ways to go, so there's definitely some time to work through some issues that you might have. You know, it's best when it happens early. No one wants to see trouble, but if you're going to get into it, you hope to have the rest of the night to dig yourself out of it, but it's definitely not easy. We'll see how that goes. Peter Terrio, David Lofano, David Hara, our top three. Not much moving up there, but we have seen some big movers coming through the field. One of them being Cameron Harris now is up 9 spots to 5th. Behind him, you got Larry Garn, Scott Leonard, both up a few spots from where they started. And Patrick McQuaid drops back to 8th. He's trying to work his way back up to the top 3. And we've seen Patrick McQuaid finish in the top spot plenty times tonight, 4 to be exact, if I'm remembering correctly. And also sitting in second, tied with none other than our winner last week, Cameron Harris.
Yeah, these guys have put on a show this year. with Project Dynamic. That team has just been phenomenal, and I mean, every week we're always talking about them. So. As the lights are out on the pace car, we're getting ready to go back green flag racing. Peter Terrio is in the lead, David Lorfano second, David Hara third, and Adam Angerstein in fourth. Cam Harris, he's like you said, he's moving up through the field. He started 14th, he's already up to 5th place. So a good run as always for Cam Harris tonight.
Yeah, he's got a fast Toyota under his belt, and he is looking to put that thing in victory lane, I'm sure. Sitting pretty comfortable in the points, but I don't know a race car driver who does not want to win every race he enters. So playing it safe, but also going to come out here and try to win this thing. I'd imagine that's the name of the game for a lot of these guys here tonight.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Well, here we go. Pace car will dive off. We'll be back underway. Peter Terrio in the 26, and David Lorfano is going to take us to it. 26 gets a good jump. The 8 will dive in behind him. They're side by side for third and fourth. That's David Hara and Adam Angerstein chasing down the leaders.
It looked like something may have happened to David Hara there in the middle of turn 1 and 2. I don't know if he got a little loose or what happened, but he's lost several positions on this restart. He's fallen back to 5th place.
Yeah, he's going to shuffle back a little bit in that blue-gray machine. McQuaid continues to pick up some spots here as he enters 6th place there, passing Larry Garnes. He's having a decent run there, running 7th. Terrio's going to take that soft top line. Go ahead.
I was going to say, here comes Patrick McQuaid. He's already caught up to the 5th spot, so he's coming. He's a man on a mission.
Yeah, that 77 is usually fast, and got buried back there in the field a little bit, but starting to make up some spots. Cameron Harris is up another one to 4th. That'll put him up 10 spots from where he started. Big mover of the race so far. McQuaid with a fast lap that time around, 31:04 compared to the leaders, 31:28. It looks like Lorfano got a good run there off of 2. Was able to.
Looking low there on P. He's looking low on Peter Terrio. He'll be side by side coming up 4.
Yeah, I think he was able to get a good draft there off that 26 and set that run up coming out of 4. Side by side across the line, and what a run by that 8. 26 a little too close to the wall there. Might have got up into the rubble. I think we're going to have a new leader here in the 8, David Lorfano. The 26 is not going away, though, quietly. McQuaid with the fastest lap of the race here out of anybody, a 31:01, almost breaking the 31 mark. He'll move up to 3rd there, take that away from Adam Angerstein. Our top 3 currently, Lorfano, Peter Terrio, and Patrick McQuaid. Angerstein trying to work that top side, sitting there in 4th.
Yeah, and Cam Harris had a moment there on that previous lap. He has fallen all the way back to the tail end of the lead lap.
Wow, absolutely. Yeah, he'll fall back to 12th place here. Didn't catch that moment, unfortunately.
Yeah, it looks like coming out of 4, he got a little loose, and I'm not sure if he's having some handling issues or what might be going on, but definitely fighting something.
We might be able to check it out. Let's see if we can look quickly.
Adam Angerstein looking to the outside of Peter Terrio, taking that high line through 3 and 4.
I don't want to miss too much of the action here looking for that, but looks like Patrick McQuaid now fighting to take the lead away.
Pulling to the front.
Inside there of the 8 machine of David Lorfano. That'll be another
fresh tires.
Yeah, another new leader as well here tonight. That's Patrick McQuaid in that 77. We've seen him win a whole handful of times this season. He's going to put some more under his belt and be there to chase down a championship. But another one who's not going to go away quietly is David Lorfano in that 8. He will not just let him have it. He'll fight his way back up there. Peter Terrio falling back to 4th. Adam Engerstein grabs that 3rd position away from him. Our top 4 here are all within 0.3 of a second. And I do apologize. That's not true. They're within about a second. Just under 1 second back is Peter Terrio from Patrick McQuaid here running in the lead.
Once Adam Engerstein gets in the wall, going into 3 there.
You see the gap there behind the top 4 cars back to David Hare in this 15, leading the rest of the field here. Scott Leonard behind him. Kyle Martin in that 99 machine running 7th. Got that faded TV car all fixed up. Charlie Dickey in the 37 machine behind him, with Nathan Christensen actually making a pass here on the racetrack in that 09 machine. He's going to pass Charlie Dickey there for 8th. And as we take a look here, Jeremy Flanagan's going to try to make a pass here on the outside of the 37 of Charlie Dickey. Jeremy Flanagan holding on to a top 10 spot at the moment. Meanwhile, up front, Patrick McQuaid has continued to hold off the 8. He'll continue to lead here in the GTech Cleaning Solutions 200 on lap 38.
David Lofano's not letting him get too far away, though. David Lofano's sticking right there with him.
That's absolutely what he's got to do here. You know, the 77's got slightly better tires. Lofano's out here on his first set, and I think as long as he can hang here for a little while and fill out this fuel run, which we're starting to get into our window, which I'm sure Lorfano is loving right now. I'm sure he's looking for some fresh rubber. But I think in the end, what you're going to find is Lorfano and company are going to have an extra set of tires when it comes down to the end of this race.
And it looks like Patrick McQuaid may be pushing just a little bit coming out of 4. He's really running a really high exit. I'm not sure if the car just won't turn, if he's just trying not to break, have it break loose on him. But that's certainly paying off for David Lofano as he's able to stay right up on him.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. And you said it before. We were talking about the car before the race here, and you were saying how it was going to get tight. We're seeing that for sure, as a lot of these drivers are riding right up along that wall there, just trying to get the car to turn in there and not kill the front right off of it so quickly.
Yeah, this race is going to be all about tire management and keeping that left side of the car out of the wall, or right side of the car out of the wall. You want to keep the left side of the wall too. If you have the left side in the wall, you got bigger problems.
Absolutely. So Lorfano and Peter Terrio in the top 3 are the only two who haven't jumped down pit road at least once. David Hara back in 6th as well, and then back to Scott Leonard in 9th. We've had a little bit of a mixed bag of pit stops here. McQuaid coming in lap 18, Adam Engerstein in 4th, pitting lap 9. Kyle Martin in that 99 had to pit in lap 25. So everybody up front here kind of running on a totally different strategy at the moment. And everyone just getting a little bit spread out. We're definitely going to see some green flag pit stops here very soon. With our calculations. I'm curious to
how that's going to affect, Patrick McQuaid, because he's going to stay out. He's going to stay out quite a bit longer than these other guys. But these other guys are going to be on a different strategy than he is, and they're going to be running quicker laps. So that's going to affect, how big of a lead he, especially with them staying with him as much as they are. Really could come into play later in the race. So we'll have to see how all this tire strategy and pitting early and everything works out for Patrick.
Yeah, absolutely. He's definitely got to fight the car a little bit harder here with a little bit older tires here than David Lorfano. So he's even wearing out the tires before he's got to. And these guys are going to come around and get some freshies and be quite a bit faster than him. So we will definitely see how that plays out. And see where that 77 lands on his when he gets ready for his next stop. So far, these guys are hitting lap 45. So at the end of our window, or our calculated window, I should say.
Yeah, I think those caution flags are going to extend it a little bit, so we'll probably see these guys start coming in the pits in the next, I would say, next 3 to 4 laps. Probably see these guys coming in.
Yeah, we'll see who we got for first takers momentarily, and then that will absolutely shake things up quite a bit more.
We got some people in the chat saying that this rare green flag run is nice. Well, I think the big thing with this race is the officials were a couple weeks ago for Atlanta, but these guys have probably already had some time to practice to see how these cars are going to handle. So, you know, that gives them a little bit more practice before they get to their actual race here this season. So that probably has a lot to do with it, and I'm sure these guys are get a whole lot more experience in Atlanta than some of the other tracks. So
yeah, absolutely right. As we've got our first taker down pit road here, the 26 of Peter Terrio coming in from, now scored in 11th. Cameron Harris is going to come in behind him. And we'll see how many other takers we've got. McQuaid still out there leading. Looks like Lorfano will come down pit road now. We're about 48 for our extended fuel window here. Larry Garnes is going to come down as well. So that's going to leave Patrick McQuaid, Adam Angerstein, and Kyle Martin going to be your top 3. David Hare in that 15 machine still out there looking to come down pit road. I would say either this time or next. It looks like he's slowing up there just a bit. Jeremy Flanagan right behind him. He'll decide to stay out one more time as these guys fight it out here for 4th and 5th. Hara's on old tires. Flanagan's tires a little bit better. He pitted on lap 25. So he'll probably be able to get by him here. The 15 car going to have to pit very soon. Almost touching right there down the backstretch. Side by side, the 14 and the 37. That's Scott Leonard and Charlie Dickey fighting for 6th and 7th. You see just how much you can run both lines here. The bottom and the top pretty much side by side all the way around. Both of those guys obviously fighting for a playoff or championship spot there as well. See the green spoilers on both of those cars. 15.
yeah, just comparing the last lap of Peter Terrio, who is on fresh tires, to Patrick McQuaid, who's been out there for quite a while now. About a 6 or 7/10 of a second difference. So those new tires definitely are paying off for these guys, and this is really going to throw a neat little wrinkle into this race tonight.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. As David Harris coming out of pit road here. And then Scott Leonard is going to be the next one to peel off. And that will be the last guy out there who hasn't come down pit road yet, at least once. Some of these guys have been in some trouble earlier on and had to come down a couple times. But just to run you through some of the variety of the cars up front, McQuaid pitted on lap 18, Adam Angerstein behind him. Almost 5 seconds now on the racetrack, pitted on lap 9. Then Kyle Martin pitted lap 25 with Jeremy Flanagan as well, pitting lap 25. So some of these guys are going to start to see another fuel window pretty soon.
Yeah, it's going to be coming soon, but I'm really curious to see the time that they're making up, and then how everything's going to pan out after this, and where Patrick McQuaid's going. But he's going to have faster tires. So it's just, you know, that's the uniqueness about tire strategies and fuel strategies, and you know, one of the one of my favorite parts of NASCAR racing. It's not all about going fast and turning left. There's a lot of strategy in play. So that's and we're going to see a lot of stuff here. So we got a lot in the chat tonight. Lots of Zorku fans in there. We've got some McQuaid fans in there. It looks like. So
yeah, let us know who else you got aside from Zorku and McQuaid and the regular guys up here. Anyone got a dark horse out there? Anyone got someone back in the field who we're thinking is going to come up and steal one of these wins away from these guys? Let us know. These things are definitely going to shuffle up now. Patrick McQuaid peels off for his second stop. Angerstein in as well. Tyrone Yo Jr. also down pit road here. It's going to give the lead to the 99 of Kyle Martin. He's got David Lorfano there getting by him, but Lorfano's back in 6th at the moment. These things are definitely going to shuffle up big time.
This will be where we sort of see where everything. So McQuaid's still on pit road. Lofano and Terrio are crossing the start-finish line now. Here comes McQuaid out of the pits. So and then McQuaid gets caught a little bit behind the two of Tyrone Yo. We'll see if that affects it any, but he's definitely going to be quite a bit behind these guys.
Yeah, action all over the racetrack here at lap 57 of 134 for the GTech Cleaning Solutions 200. If you're just joining us, welcome. If you've been here the whole time, we thank you. Give us a shout out in the chat. Shout out to Sydney telling these guys to go faster and turn lefter. I love it.
Yeah, go faster, turn lefter.
Yeah, I mean you don't want to turn too much lefter. Or
well, unless you're at Martinsville, then you really got to turn lefter.
Right. Yeah. Oh no, left.
If you turn too lefter at Atlanta, then you might go into the infield grass and meet the inside wall.
That's true. Well, Charlie Dickey's going to turn lefter as he comes down pit road here. Peels off the racetrack for third place, or from third place. He was up 10 spots from where he started. We'll see how this plays out for that number 37 machine. Kyle Martin in the 99 continues to be scored our leader. Jeremy Flanagan in the 11. The Zorku machine is about 8 seconds back from the 99. Pitted last, both of these guys pitted last on lap 25. So they got a good ways to go before they have to come down pit road. Going to be able to enjoy that clean air on that 99 and really not have to worry about too much until he pits. He's got third place, is 28 seconds behind. So not too much pressure from behind. Able to just run his race and see how it plays out for them. They'll come back down pit road probably around lap 70 or around 60. Well, I guess pretty soon. I don't know. Math is hard.
Yeah, so Patrick McQuaid is coming up on Kyle Martin, and he'll be unlapping himself the old-fashioned way here shortly.
Absolutely. He's got Peter Terrio in front of him, David Lorfano as well. Johnny May looks like he's coming down for another pit stop. As we said, Johnny May's actually got a good amount of damage there still in that 69 machine. A lot of trouble for him earlier on. Now just kind of riding around here, getting some damage fixed up anytime he can. Adam Angerstein as well going to come down. His pit stop strategies continue to play out here. Lap 62 of 134. Hard to even keep up with the differences here. I'm sure it'll all even out towards the end though, and we're just kind of holding our breath here and hoping to not have the great equalizer come out.
Looks like the 26 of Terrio has got the wrong side of the car a little scuffed up, so I'm not sure what happened with him. Yeah, he's got quite a bit of damage on the left side of that car.
Ontario pushing hard here. Gonna have to come down and get some damage fixed up. He'll join Adam Angerstein and Johnny May, both getting, or all three of them getting some damage fixed up. Hopefully it's not too bad for that 26 machine. He'll probably pull out and try to stay on the lead lap if he can.
Oh yeah, he looks like Terrio pushed up on the outside wall coming out of 2, and then he came in and door slapped the inside wall on the backstretch. So definitely unfortunate for Peter. Yep. Unfortunate for Peter tonight. He was having a great run.
Well, as things are pretty spread out here on the racetrack and starting to play out, let's go run through the field real quick, see how far we can get. Kyle Martin here in this 99 machine's been leading a good amount of laps here and just trying to hold on before he's got to come down pit road for what I believe will be his second time. Jeremy Flanagan in the 11 Zorku machine, absolutely on the same path. Came into the pits on lap 25, sitting there with Kyle Martin on the same strategy as the 26 gets by him, not for position. David Lorfano scored in third in this 8 machine. He's back one spot from where he started, trying to hang on to a top 3 at the moment. He's got Patrick McQuaid, probably one of the faster cars out here on the track tonight, running in 4th. David Harrett in that 15 machine rounds out your top 5. Harris back 4 spots from where he started. Cameron Harris in this 27 machine is going to hold on to 6th place. He's up 8 spots. Saw him come up through the field and drop back down again. Just working his way back to the front. Charlie Dickey in this 37 machine is up 6 spots from where he started, running 7th at the moment. Pretty solid run from that Chevy team right there. Nathan Christensen in the 09 Toyota is up 7 spots to 8th. We're having a great run for that Toyota. Only the second Toyota, or third in the field, I'm sorry. Tyrone Yo Jr. is the only Ford in the field, running in 9th. He's up 1 spot from where he started in that 2 machine. Robbie Fletcher in the 71 will round out our top 10. We saw Peter Terrio have some damage having to get fixed up in this 26 machine. He's back here in 11th. Larry Garnes in the 20 Chevy is going to round out 12th, and Scott Leonard holding on to the 13th position. Adam Angerstein and Johnny May are in 14th and 15th and currently on pit road getting some damage fixed up, but actually Adam Angerstein's now going to pull off. Bring that 9 Toyota back out here, rolling in 14th at the moment.
So as we were going through that, our leader had a little moment off of turn 2, nothing major. But it certainly tells me that his tires are starting to scream at him and say, hey, I need to go in and rest.
Yeah, absolutely. You said it best before we were getting started. You know, after 4 or 5 laps is really just like, all right, give me some more tires. But interested to hear or see if anyone's going to hang on to their left sides one of these later cautions in the race and just grab right sides and gain some track position. So, I mean, things have been going pretty smoothly here. A lot of green, you know, this is a nice green flag run we've got going on, and strategy is going to come into play even more. But if we do get a caution late, I'm sure we're going to see some of these guys just decide to take 2 and try to pop up a couple of positions that way.
Yeah, and it really could pay some dividends, especially if you were to take 2 under a green flag run, because that really would help you make up some time and really throw a wrench in some guys' plans. But Kyle Martin's, he's stretching out. Looks like he may be coming to pit road this time by, as he brings that 99 down out of turn 4 onto pit road.
Yeah, here we go. He'll come down and get services done. That'll leave Jeremy Flanagan in the 11 to come around and lead a lap if he stays out here.
So my question is, if we were in the virtual stands, will we hear the virtual crowd start cheering for Zorku since he is now the leader?
I would say so. I'd say you'd have at least 12 or 13 people on their feet cheering on this number 11 Holio machine. Jeremy, a.k.a. Zorku Flanagan, one of our fan favorites here. We love you guys showing up every week and cheering this guy on. Gives us some action in the chat, and we'd love to follow him along with you.
And here he comes down pit road. This will put the battle for the lead in between the 8 of Lorfano and Zorku gets a little loose on the pit road, but that battle for the lead between Lorfano and McQuaid. McQuaid just dives under Lorfano.
Yeah, Flanagan getting a little loose there coming down pit road. Cameron Harris was also down pit road ahead of him. So those two cars coming in. McQuaid reassumes the lead here with Lorfano right behind him and David Hara about 16 seconds behind him on racetrack.
This race certainly does have the green flag look to it, Cliff. So I would say not going to be a whole lot of people on the lead lap when we get to the end of this thing.
Yeah, if we stay green for a good length of time, a lot of the strategy is going to play out that way. We'll definitely get some cars laps down here. But, you know, we love green flag racing, and when you're in the playoffs, there's nothing better, especially for, you know, McQuaid or Lorfano here sitting comfortable up in the top two spots. You know, a nice clean, for all intents and purposes, you know, actionless race is what you really want to see. You want to get out of here cleanly and go on to the next race. Which, by the way, I don't know if anyone out there notices on the schedule or knew this, but we're going to head to a road course here next week in Charlotte Roval. So this is, if you're not quite a road course racer, or, you know, they scare you, these are the races you want to get really good finishes in, and head into a Roval with a good head of steam and a lot of points under your belt. You don't want to go into the Roval just, you know, with a huge deficit to make up, because that's going to be very difficult.
Yeah, that's going to be really tough. And the Roval is, you know, in my opinion, it's one of the more fun road courses. I like it a little bit better than I like Watkins Glen or Sears Point, Sonoma. So just it depends on what kind of road course you like, I guess.
Yeah, no, I'm definitely with you there. You know, road course is a road course. They've made their way into the sport, and they're not going anywhere. And it's really great to see some of these leagues actually incorporate them into their playoffs, and not just the normal ones that we're used to. You know, like Watkins Glen, Sonoma, you're used to those. But, you know, Roval's fairly new. A lot of guys are pretty used to that as well. But I say they're more used to the old classic Watkins Glen, and it's great to see a road course either way in a playoff run. And we started this thing with the Talladega Super Speedway, so really great variety with this league.
Oh yeah, it's really, you know, good to get that variety in, and especially with the way that this series is going. I mean, we've gone from 2 road courses just a few years ago to what we have 5 or 6 last year. So definitely a whole lot more road course racing in NASCAR these days, which depending on what you like, you either like it or you really don't like it.
I would say
so I think it certainly adds a lot of flavor, especially with the racing in the rain, which we can't do in iRacing yet.
Yeah, we're getting there.
Yeah,
I'd say there's enough road course races on the actual schedule in real life just to not make enough people a little angry and worried. There's definitely that handful of fan base that are worried about NASCAR going the wrong way, and then you got the whole reality of it, and that's that NASCAR's heading in the right direction. And I'd say more road courses the better. You know, I don't want to see an entire 30 some odd races of road courses, but we got the classic ovals in there. We got the great road courses that we go to now, and I'd like to see a couple new ones enter over the next few years, and maybe take over, you know, a third to half of the races in the schedule.
Oh, I agree with you completely.
We got a car in trouble there, or at least I thought it was on camera here. But whoever it was must have saved it.
Because Larry Garnes, it got a little loose there coming out of 2, and he was able to save that a little bit. No harm, no foul.
Yeah, he's going to hang on to 9th. But as we say that, Adam Angerstein going to be facing the wrong way there. He'll tow Let's take a look here at what happened to that 9 machine.
And that's that caution that not everybody was wanting.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh no, it looks like he's going to catch the 2 of Tyrone Yo. Oh my goodness. Right in front of David Hare and Zorku. Those guys are able to squeak by there. It looks like Adam Angerstein has decided to take that to the garage as well. Looks like Johnny May is taking his ride to the garage for the evening as well.
So he gets loose coming out of 4, and you're right, almost. Or nope, I'm sorry. He does take out the 2 of Tyrone Yo. Had nowhere to go. There's a wall out there. Couldn't turn right any further. Rest of the field will get by. Really unfortunate for that 2 machine. You hate to have nowhere to go. You're definitely right. That was not what any of these guys wanted to see. But they'll, the great equalizer, as they call the caution. We'll see if this causes issues for the field, or if it really just stacks everybody up and kind of gets a little bit of a reset. And we're probably going to see some more action before this one's through.
Oh yeah, business is definitely getting ready to pick up.
Well, before it does,
And,
we'll go ahead.
No, no, go ahead.
All right, well, before the action does pick up, we'll go side by side, and we will be right back.
Drivers that took time, all of them within 3.5 tenths of each other tonight is going to be a very closely competitive race.
As the field works its way out of the 3-4 complex, the only thing that's left to say is wipe the visor, adjust the 5-point safety harness, because race fans, it's showtime!
Amazing looking cars already. Green flag will fly.
Oh, the rocket! Well, one thing that you're going to see at this track that we haven't seen the last few weeks is a surface that's multi-group. I think this is the first multi-group surface we're going to have.
After an amazing race at Daytona, we now come to the left coast and Auto Club Speedway in Fontana, California for the second round of the Way She Goes Racing League Cup Series.
And welcome back live to the GTech Cleaning Solutions 200, the All-American Racing League's Truckers Feed America Cup Series, brought to you by the Top Sail Trucking. Wave around cars will get by the pace car.
They're racing each other.
Yeah, they definitely want to get around in a hurry and catch up to the back of the pack here before we go. Green lights are off on the pace car. 85 laps done. We got a really good green flag run in there, which is great. Some of these guys got a feeling for their car. We call it the Great Equalizer because now the top 6 cars are all on the fresh tires there and going to be able to see what they've got here for another, essentially a restart here with fresh tires. If you had any damage, you definitely got it fixed up there, and rack them and stack them. We're going to get going here again. A little bit of a blink there from the 8 Lucky Dog Detailing vehicle of David Lorfano. Definitely don't want to see that.
No, it's not. That should not be in the front of the field. There's another blink. That's unusual for David as well.
Yeah, it probably has to do with this caution. Sometimes, you know, cautions can wreak havoc on your connection and stuff. So once they get rolling, I'm sure it'll equal out. But coming to the green, you definitely don't want to be blinking. They'll be side by side. The 77 and the 8 get a great start. You'd think the 8 had a line into his spotter of the 77 as they went. The 8 did as well.
Yeah, ooh, that was close.
Yeah.
Morfano's definitely not letting him get away. He's going for the lead here, coming out of 4.
Yeah, they're side by side for the lead as they come out of the quad oval across the line. 0.07 seconds the gap.
Here comes David Hare as well.
Yellow flag will fly. Cameron Harris, one of our faster cars involved, the 27 Toyota. We're going to have to go ahead and see what happened here. As we know, cautions breed cautions. Let's see if we can figure out what exactly went down. Well, it's going to be a big one here. We'll catch Cameron Harris as he comes out of 4 and across the line. Oh, he's on his lid. Was that the 20 machine in front of him? Larry Garnes got loose and slowed up. Nowhere for the 27 to go. Everybody had to check up there. And that was actually a pretty amazing wreck there. As we see him right here, completely in the air, going over on his lid. And
Like that was the 14 of Scott Leonard, maybe?
Yeah, you're right. Scott Leonard there, getting a little bit loose ahead of, actually hit the wall. 27 had nowhere to go, and that flipped his car right over on his lid. Pretty amazing. Not exactly realistic, but pretty amazing.
Well, you know, with these new cars, anything's possible. So,
all right, that's fair.
we've seen some crazy stuff, that's for sure. But Peter Terrio just squeaked by on the inside of that accident. So, this caution is actually going to benefit him. He took the wave around. He went 2 laps down when he had that issue coming out of turn 2 a few laps back. That put him 2 laps down. He had cycled to 1 lap down with McQuaid pitting there the tail end of that that big long green flag run. So he is now on the lead lap, and I would say he'll probably stop here and get tires and get it on an even kill with these guys.
Yeah, really good call there. Some of these other guys, Peter Terrio, Kyle Martin, and Nathan Christensen, all coming out of pits right now. You saw earlier we had maybe 5 cars on the lead lap, a few cars getting back around here, and then you got Jeremy Flanagan, Zorko only 1 lap down now in 9th. So he'll be hoping to get that lap back, whether by another caution or racing his way up. We'll see how he does. And Tyrone Yo and Leonard 2 laps back. Cameron Harris currently in the pits. Looks like he did not have a fast repair left, so he will have to get some substantial damage fixed up there. That'll be one car we'll have to see it fight his way back up to the top of the leaderboards there in the championship points, as he came into this with the lead, tied for the leader right now, Patrick McQuaid. So we'll see how it all plays out and see if McQuaid retakes that lead and see how far back Cameron Harris ends up falling. But being the leader coming into it, I don't think he's got too much to worry about, but we will see.
This caution, it really has, I mean, it's, Peter Terrio went from, I think, 11th, 12th place after he wrecked there. He's back up to 5th on this restart. So, yeah, business is definitely going to pick up. Hopefully we'll get get things going here and get a good green flag run to finish this race out. And this race will be over before we know it. That's how fast these laps are clicking away here.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. As we got about 44 to go, and we saw green flag go by very quickly when they get out there and get spread out. We have had a couple of cautions come out, back to back here. As we all say, we all know cautions breed cautions. We were spread out there on the track pretty good, but when you get everybody bunched back up and trying to fight for spots on new tires, some mayhem can ensue. But this will be it. They'll get stacked up 2 by 2, come around one more time as the lights are off on the pace car. We'll get back to green flag racing. Do not go away. We will definitely check out our top 3 drivers, hopefully get them in the booth. We didn't hear from Patrick McQuaid last week, not because he didn't get a podium finish, but he did not have a microphone that was working, so I'm sure he wants to get up into the booth and say hello to the fans and give us a double rundown of all the sponsors on his car. So we'll see if that happens. We'll see if David Lorfano can take it from him, or if that 15 can get by from third place here and maybe steal a win away from one of these 2 guys up front. Peter Terrio, I wouldn't count him out, sitting in 5th. And obviously we're going to root for Jeremy Flanagan and Zorku to get that lap back and hopefully run down a higher position towards the end of this race. And maybe fighting for a podium. Let's see if we can get Zorku in the booth, eh?
Be awesome. I know these Zorku fans would love to see that. So, heck, I'd love to see Zorku get him a good run here tonight.
There's got a few races left to get it done, but time is running out. Pace car dives off. Green flag will be in the air of the flagman. He'll wave it. We'll come down to it. The 77 gets a little bit of a better start this time. That gives the 15 a big advantage on the inside of the 8 there to take second place here. It's David Hare in that 15 BG blue-gray plastics car. It'll be single file just about the whole way through the field here as we see the 99 jumping up behind Nathan Christensen. Everybody else, well, they were single file as we jump back there side by side for the lead. Lorfano wants to take that position back. McQuaid's going to make him work for it. Let's take a look out the back side of McQuaid here. That would be the front. You see the 8 machine there chasing him down. Gets a big run down the back stretch, and that's where that draft really comes into play. And he can make that, if he can get that car to stick down into 3, he could pass McQuaid coming out of 4. You got to have a good amount of grip, though, and be light on that pedal coming out, or you're going to lose that grip and possibly spin that car around. So it's a constant battle. Always looked like Terrio was into the wall a little bit there. But it's a constant battle with that gas pedal and the lack of grip out there. Terrio straight sideways there again. Jump on board here with Peter Terrio. As he almost lost it a couple times there, is able to hang on to it and keep it on the racetrack and hold on to 4th place there. Robbie Fletcher having some trouble, doesn't cause the caution flag, but almost out of control there. He'll keep it rolling in that 71 Wrangler machine. Back here in 12th position. No caution. Lorfano, Patrick McQuaid continue to fight it out for that top spot. David Hare and Peter Terrio looking from 3rd and 4th, trying to take that away. Your top 5 will include Charlie Dickey in the 37 machine, unless Kyle Martin in that 99 has anything to say. He's got a little over a second to make up, or under a second to make up there to catch that 37, and I think the lap car of Jeremy Flanagan in between them. 71 with some substantial damage.
Dickey. There's a collective sigh or collective gasp right there for the Zorku fans as Charlie Dickey got loose coming out of 4. He saved it, but he came right up in front of Zorku. And Zorku just gets a little loose off of turn 2 here.
Yeah, I bet a lot of these guys are starting to feel the time running out as we're coming to lap 98 here across the line. And, you know, when we run green flag laps here at this racetrack, they go by fast. This is one of the fastest 1.5 miles here on the circuit. Of course, it's going to get a lot faster as we are going to say goodbye to this surface. The real life Atlanta Motor Speedway got its repave, and they have had a race on there, so we are just kind of all holding our breath here to see when the new Atlanta Motor Speedway will drop on iRacing. So at least for these drivers, they probably won't see this surface again.
No, this will be the last time that, you know, these guys probably race on this for a league season. But you know, you said it was one of the fastest 1.5 mile or 1.5 mile tracks on the circuit. It is until it isn't. Because they'll get really close to you know, high 30s. Sometimes, you know, they'll get even down close to the 29s in open setup. But and these fixed setups usually about 31 flat, and then they'll get up to mid 32 5s. So they slow down about 1.5 seconds. But right now they're running some of the fastest laps of the race. McQuaid just ran a 31.2 compared to Lorfano's. Wow. Both those guys ran the same last lap.
Yeah, 31 seconds flat for first and third. And fourth and fifth both ran a 31.09, so these times up front are very similar, and the top 5 are really fighting for a better position other than David Lorfano, who's currently leading the race. Everybody behind him really fighting hard, really chasing him down. He's got one of the faster cars here. I would worry about that 77, but I wouldn't count out any of these guys in the top 5, and even possibly Charlie Dickey here from 6th. Larry Garn sitting in 7th is about 6 seconds back, and then from there on out, you're about 12 to very far back. And
Patrick McQuaid's looking to the outside of David Lorfano, and he'll take the lead going down the backstretch.
McQuaid going to take that lead back. See, trying to make this his 5th win of the season.
I like how David Hare is just sort of riding back there watching these guys, and if one of those guys make a mistake, he's going to be right there to pounce.
Yeah, absolutely. Been just kind of lurking there, no further than 3rd just about the entire race here, but a real clean race from the 15. And points racing right there. He's just trying to keep this car in one spot. He would probably be happy with 3rd, but he is definitely in the best position, I'd say, to capitalize on any trouble that might happen in the front 2 cars here. Obviously, we all hope that nothing happens, but
here's Lorfano looking at the inside of McQuaid again through 3 and 4.
yeah, they're going to continue to fight side by side as much as it takes, and that's kind of what Hara wants to see. These guys will get hopefully overly racy for the 15 car, and he can just kind of ride around nice and easy on that front right tire and have some more grip than the top runners when it comes down to the end. We'll see how it plays out. Deeper in the field, we got Kyle Martin and Peter Terrio coming down the backstretch. They're about 3.5 seconds behind David Hara, fighting here for 4th and 5th. Charlie Dickey 6th, Larry Garnes running 7th. Those two are within 0.3 seconds fighting for 6th and 7th. Nathan Christian in the 09 Toyota is going to be in 8th. Jeremy Flanagan in 9th. And Scott Leonard is going to round out our top 10. 105 laps down of a total of 134 here at Atlanta Motor Speedway. You're watching the GTech Cleaning Solutions 200 right here on ESBN. Don't forget to like the video if you're enjoying the show, and subscribe if you want to check out the racing action. We've got action throughout the week, all kinds of different series. Be sure to check out simracingmedia.com for some more information, and check out our Facebook page, and of course our YouTube channel right here, eSports Broadcasting Network.
Yeah, I just want to give a shout out, Cliff, to that 20 of Larry Garnes. He's having a good, consistent race tonight. He's had some bad luck this season. He's gotten caught up in some wrecks that weren't of his doing. But he's really having a nice run tonight. He's running right there with Charlie Dickey in the 7th spot, and just keeping that 20 car clean.
Yeah, absolutely solid night here all together from the 20 machine. Top 10 here today so far, running 7th. Hopefully wants to finish strong and just kind of, like we've been saying, keep the car in one piece, get ready for the Roval next week, and try to work your way up the point standings before they get a cutoff here.
Yeah, I think everybody's trying to get the best finish they can get tonight because they know that monster at Charlotte is looming in their future.
Yeah, the Roval will definitely be a wild card for a lot of racers, probably more so than the super speedway we just visited. And you know, no one likes, I don't think anybody truly likes to rip around a very heavy stock car on these road courses. It is a lot of fun, but to be competitive takes a lot of work and practice, and it's definitely not easy. I for one just try to survive when I'm on a road course, and I try to avoid them altogether, but they are fun to watch. So I hope you all join us next week when we come to the Roval for our round 3 playoff run. But here tonight we've got 26 laps to go as the leaders come down the backstretch. David Hara has fallen back quite a bit here now, gap about 1.8 seconds behind David Lorfano, holding on to 3rd. So fell back a little bit there, but still able to hold on to the top 3 position. Kyle Martin in the 99 in 4th, and Peter Terrio fighting there to hang on to this car. I think you know, he's been kind of sideways quite a bit, and at this point he's kind of sliding around a bit and probably just holding on to 5th. I don't know if these guys, yeah, my maths are definitely going to have to take another pit stops here before this one's up, including our leaders.
Yeah, it's going to be close, and I was almost wondering if that might be what David Hara was thinking about. Maybe he's trying to back off a little bit because he had plenty of room to sort of back off and ride just a little bit instead of trying to stay up here with these leaders.
Yeah, that's a great observation, and probably exactly what he's doing is he fell back substantially. He's 3 seconds back, and he was able to run right with them. So probably a smart move there to fall back and start to watch the fuel gauge.
So we went green about lap 91. So we said earlier that there was about a 45 lap fuel window. It's going to be close. I know that David Lorfano, he had fuel issues a few weeks back, and I don't think he wants to do that again. But I'm wondering if that's what David Hara has in the back of his mind.
Yeah, and we did see them go, 48 laps with a couple of cautions thrown in there at the beginning of this race. So I wouldn't be surprised if they could push it to 50 if you really saved some fuel. But yeah, it's going to come down to the wire for some of these guys. We just saw Cameron Harris and Robbie Fletcher down pit road. Fletcher was there for a while getting some damage fixed up.
With the laps that McQuaid and Lorfano are running, I don't think they're thinking fuel save right now.
No, I think the only one right now would be the 15 of Hara trying to possibly stretch it.
He's got a 3.5 second buffer in front of and behind him right now, so he's sort of on an island by himself. If you listen to the 15, you can hear him sort of backing out.
Well, why don't we go ahead and take a ride around here with the blue-gray plastics David Hara 15 machine. We'll jump in with him. Definitely lifting very easy, getting in probably a lot more than he would normally. Really feathering it, getting out of 4, because at the same time as trying to save your fuel, you're also you know, on some older tires here, and you got to be real careful not to lose it. So 19 laps to go. McQuaid continues to lead. David Lorfano in 2nd. David Hara saving some fuel here, rolling back in 3rd. Kyle Martin 4th. Peter Terrio is going to round out our top 5. We're going to go side by side one last time, and we'll come back to the end of this race You won't miss a thing as we will not move away. Stay tuned.
Drivers that took time, all of them within 3.5 tenths of each other tonight is going to be a very closely competitive race.
As the field works its way out of the 3-4 complex, the only thing that's left to say is wipe the visor, adjust the 5-point safety harness, because race fans, it's showtime!
Amazing looking cars already. Green flag will fly.
Oh, they're wrecking! Well, one thing that you're going to see at this track that we haven't seen the last few weeks is a surface that's multi-group. I think this is the first multi-group surface we're going to have.
After an amazing race at Daytona, we now come to the left coast and Auto Club Speedway in Fontana, California for the second round of the Way She Goes Racing League Cup Series.
Back live at the racetrack with 14 to go. David Hara has assumed the lead here as the top two cars, Patrick McQuaid and Lorfano, decided to come down pit road finally at lap 116 and 117. We'll see if David Hara was able to save enough fuel to stay out here. If he can stretch it far enough. Kyle Martin holds on to second, Peter Terrio third. We'll see if any of those drivers can stretch it out to the end. Flanagan coming down pit road. Robbie Fletcher is in as well right in front of him. Has been working on some damage all night.
So we've got a smorgasbord of strategies going on. So we had mentioned and talked about earlier, wonder if anybody would take two if we had green flag stop late. That's what Lorfano did. And he is quite a bit ahead of McQuaid right now.
Lorfano also defending that championship there, as you see the picture of him with that trophy, the 2021 trophy. Trying to get a really good finish here tonight and move forward into the Roval. Link together a bunch of great finishes and hopefully defend that championship. But he's got a lot of good competition this season and gonna have a lot of cars to hold off. Looks like the 15 of David Harris slowing up on the racetrack. He's gonna come down. This will be his last pit stop. Guess he wasn't able to save enough, or maybe looking at the numbers again and decide to change his mind. They'll give the lead to the 99 of Kyle Martin.
We've got a car around on the backstretch. That's David Lorfano.
Oh no.
Yeah, he nosed it into the wall pretty heavily.
Let's see if
No
we can.
caution. That's, I know it's just a single car spin, but that's a pretty hard hit. He came out of two, it got a little snappy loose, and then it just plowed into that in helicopters. Oh, unfortunate for him. He had a huge lead on McQuaid. I mean,
Well,
hate to see
unfortunately,
that.
yeah, I mean, very unfortunate, and he was off the racing surface, so the officials decided not to throw the caution out. Unfortunate, but that, sometimes that's just the way it goes. Kyle Martin and Peter Terrio now going to hold on to the first and second spot, both pitted on lap 88, so I'm not sure they're going to be able to make it. Lofano in trouble there. He's going to take it. Oh! The 99 gets into the outside wall there, almost comes down into the 26. Side by side for the lead with 9 to go. Will they be able to make it? They've got Larry Garnes and Nathan Christensen behind them, also pitted on lap 82 and 88. Then Charlie Dickey in 5th with the same strategy. So we're seeing these cars with who have been on pit road last at about 88 up here running for the lead. I'm wondering now, we all are probably asking us the same question. Can they make it on fuel as they are battling hard side by side for the lead?
It'll be awfully close, that's for sure. If I were in this spot, I would probably just feather it and try to make it.
Yeah, I don't think you can really choose otherwise. If you're Kyle Martin, you're going to have to just go for it. You've kind of made your bed. If you don't make it, you don't make it. With 7 laps to go, you won't lose too much. And you got nothing really to lose, so you're just going to go for it.
Peter Terrio is in super fuel save. He is clutching it into the corners and doing everything he can to make it.
Yeah, I think we're going to see that from at least the top 5 cars. Looks like Patrick McQuaid in 6th is the first one on fresh tires. And David Hara as well. Those two are going to... I mean, if everybody up front here runs out of fuel, then those two will capitalize. But you got to be wondering what these guys are thinking here coming to the end here with about 5 to go.
Peter Terrio makes a move on Kyle Martin while he was clutching it. That was pretty impressive.
Saving fuel and going for the lead at the same time. Now, that is definitely impressive.
Yeah, I mean, we said it all season how much talent that young kid has, but to make a pass for the lead while you're clutching it and saving fuel, that's pretty impressive.
And he is dying to get a win here, too. We've talked to him a number of times as a runner-up and on the podium, and he would love to get a win here at Atlanta.
I mean, it's possible that he can make it. It's going to be close.
4 to go as they come across the line. Peter Terrio leading Kyle Martin and Larry Garnes. We talked about the 20 machine having a solid run, and here he is now up to 3rd. See if he can hold on and save enough fuel. He was on pit road last on lap 82, so a little bit further than the 2 cars up front of him, Peter Terrio and Martin. $20 car's going to peel off, not going to make it. And we'll have 3 to go here as Terrio comes around, trying to keep Kyle Martin behind him, but also trying not to run out of fuel. The 15 car will get by him in that blue-gray plastics. That's David Hara, who is currently 7th, but has some of the freshest tires out there. And you got Patrick McQuaid sitting in 4th. If those guys run out of fuel up in front of him, he will be the one to take it, I would imagine. And we will keep a close eye on that, and also a close eye on Peter Terrio. You see the 8 get by him. David Lorfano burns that fast repair to get out back as quick as possible and hopefully stop the bleeding, so to speak. 2 laps to go.
Here comes Peter Terrio. He's going to come across and take the white flag, this time by.
Next flag will finish this race. Kyle Martin with a big run. Oh, the 26 has got to be out of fuel. He's either out of fuel or knows he's going to run out if he doesn't do something about it. The 99 is going to push on the outside. Can they both finish this race?
And I think the 26 just ran out.
26. Yeah, 26 is definitely out. He's dropping like a log. Kyle Martin is going to be our winner here tonight for the GTech Cleaning Solutions 200. I think unofficially Nathan Christensen, I believe, got the unofficial second. We'll see how the officials put it all together, but amazing race here for Kyle Martin, able to hold on fuel. Actually, our top three, it looks like Terrio might have got across the line before the race was over.
He made it to third.
So the top three there on fuel strategy come out with the podium finish. All three of them pitted on lap 88. So great run from those guys. We will get those three in the booth, so don't go away. I don't think we're going to see any burnouts here tonight, though.
No, I don't think anybody's got any fuel left for a burnout. They're all coming to pit road.
Man, what a great run at the end there to come across the line, probably just about sputtering, and finish the win. We'll get those three in the booth just a moment, so stay tuned. See if we can find our third place finisher, Peter Terrio. There he is. Hey, Peter, Cliff and Damon in the booth. You got us?
Yeah, I have you guys.
Man, we were really pulling for you there at the end. We thought tonight was going to be your night. Tell us what was going through your head. We saw you clutching it, obviously saving fuel. You made it across the line in third, so that's great. But what were you thinking there in the last couple laps?
Yeah, really needed a good points day after Talladega. I knew I really kind of had to finish top three probably if I really wanted to stay in it. And I knew basically once the leader started pitting, I was committed to this strategy, and I pitted on that last caution, and most of the leaders didn't. They pitted the caution right before, so I got a little bit extra fuel in the tank. But I guess Kyle Martin and Nathan both did the same. Really, man, I was really hoping he was gonna run out coming out of 2, but I guess it wouldn't have mattered because Nathan would have gotten us both. But I ran out going down the back. It started sputtering, and I knew that was probably it. Definitely unfortunate because. I think I don't know, Patrick and Lorfano and Hera, they were all really quick. We were quick early on. I ended up wrecking there and did no caution for it. Ended up battling back and just came up short once again.
Yeah, well, yeah, absolutely. You know, we've talked to you plenty of times, and we know you're very hungry for your first win. But great show tonight. You had that 26 car up front, and to come across finish third on fumes is great. How are you feeling about heading towards the Roval next week?
That'll probably be really. I mean, it'll be a wild card for sure. Just need to keep our nose clean during that one. I mean, we did pretty solid at Watkins Glen, and I think honestly, I'm better at the Roval. So hopefully, I can just get probably a top 5 and keep working my way back up into the points for the next round.
Absolutely. Well, congrats again. We'll go ahead and send you back. But before we do you have anyone you want to give a shout out to?
Yeah, Rebellion Graphics, primary sponsors, number 26, Dominion Motorsports Chevrolet. Chad Snyder, team owner, he put me in the car. Everybody else, it was a relatively clean race, so that's good. We all did really good. Just a couple of cautions that kind of were in there. Not as bad as some of the races have been this season. Hera and Lorfano for obviously hosting this league, and then you guys for putting on such a great broadcast.
No, we couldn't do it without you guys coming out here to give us something to show. So thanks for coming out and running, and congrats again.
Thank you.
That's Peter Terrio. We'll take a look here and grab our second place finisher, Nathan Christensen. Here he is. Nathan, Cliff and Damon in the booth. You got us?
Hello. Yes, I do.
Excellent.
I think
go
we
ahead.
caught him by surprise, Cliff. Great run tonight, Nathan. I know that there was a lot of fuel strategy there toward the end. How was the car out there tonight?
The last run, I started saving right away. At one point, I was like 28 seconds off the lead, so I was getting a bit nervous. But I guess it all worked out in the end. One position short, but hey, I'll take my best result with these guys yet. So I'm happy with that.
Awesome deal, man. Yeah, you had a great run. I know you've had some rough luck this season, but it's good to get a good finish, especially in the playoffs. And who you want to give a shout out tonight before we put you back with the guys?
I just want to thank everyone for watching. I don't really have any real sponsors. I just put some names on there for fun. So I just want to thank you guys for broadcasting us and everyone watching. And we'll see you next Tuesday.
All right, man. Well, congratulations again on that second place finish. And we'll see you next week at the Roval.
Thank you.
Well, there you go. Nathan out here for fun. That's the best F word there is. And, of course, coming across the line in second is very fun. Kyle Martin's going to win this thing. Let's grab him. Kyle, Cliff and Damon in the booth. You got us?
I do.
Well, man, I don't think you probably thought that you'd be coming across the line in first, especially with that fuel gauge probably starting to sputter. But you did. You took the win. Strategy pays out. Take us through the end of your race there.
Well, the original plan before the caution came out to send us into taking pit stops and then saving fuel to the end. I was originally planning on saving fuel and making the fuel run last the whole run in the first place. And yeah, well, that was going to be a great plan. And then this plan arised, and I guess I saved fuel enough.
Yeah, you definitely saved enough to get across the line. Was there any moment there in the last lap that you were just kind of holding your breath, crossing your fingers, and hoping you made it?
Well, when Peter got by me with like 5 to go, I was like, well, I have enough saved, so now I'm just gonna floor it to the end and see if I can go catch him, because I figured he was doing the same. And well, I was hoping that he would run out of fuel. Not saying I wish he did, but sucks he did. Good for me. Sorry for him. So then I ended up catching him, and he was slowing down a lot. And when I passed him down the back straightaway, I was like, "There's no way I got that good of a run. I've KO'd the wall. There's no way that there's any sort of aerodynamics still on this car."
Well, you had enough for it at the end, so congrats on the win. We'll send you back to celebrate, but anyone you want to give a shout out to before we do?
Gotta give a glorious shout out to good old Faded out on the hood. Yeah, too bad I didn't have no more gas left in the car. I would have parked it on the start finish line, done a burnout. But yeah, I ran out right coming across the line. It didn't want to give me no more when I went in the pits.
Yeah, so keep a reserve on these things so you can at least do a burnout at the end if you run out.
Yeah, because fuel's so expensive right now, Kyle.
Yeah, I gotcha. Yeah, what is this? 111 octane? Yeah. The $55 a gallon stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. So, congratulations on the win tonight, Kyle, and looking forward to seeing everybody next week at the Roval.
Yes, thank you.
There you have it. Race winner Kyle Martin from Southington, Connecticut comes across the line without any fuel, but with a win. So that'll do it for us here tonight. We'll go ahead and bring up our results of the race, or I should say official results of the race. As soon as it allows me to. There we are. Kyle Martin, as we just spoke to in that 99 machine, winning tonight. Nathan Christensen second, and Peter Terrio, all three cars running on fumes for the last couple laps there, able to pay off strategy-wise and finish the race. First, second, and third. Patrick McQuaid comes across fourth with the most fuel. And then Charlie Dickey will finish fifth. David Hare in that 15 machine, really solid day today, ends up finishing sixth. Larry Garnes in that 20 as well, ends up finishing seventh. Another solid day. Scott Leonard's going to finish eighth with Tyrone Yo Jr. in that 2 machine, finishing ninth. Fan favorite Jeremy Flanagan in that 11 machine comes across with a top 10. It's not too shabby for them. Looks like David Lorfano will take 11th, and go ahead.
No, I was going to say David Lorfano coming home 11th after that unfortunate incident there late in the race. I hate that for David, who's having a great run tonight. Cameron Harris coming home 12th. Robbie Fletcher coming home 13th. Adam Engerstein out of the race in 14th. Johnny May also out of the race, finishing 15th, rounds out the field.
Yeah, so an action-packed race here tonight at Atlanta Motor Speedway. We hope you join us next week for the Roval. These guys are going to show us what they can do on a road course under playoff conditions there. So be sure to join us. So for everybody back here at the ESPN booth, for David and myself, we thank you for watching and enjoy your night. Hopefully we see you again next week. All right, all clear.